Hey guys, welcome back to K&S Get Out.
It's warm and windy, so it means it's waspy.
It's very waspy. I've already murdered 5 of them today.
I caught Kyle down feeding the animals, but he wasn't really feeding the animals yet. It was more like crouching down, scoping out some wasps.
Man, that hay shed, they can get in there. There's a lot of little gaps and things. Not necessarily that it lets water in, but they don't need it to be on top coming down like that. And so I opened that thing today, and every day now I open it and crouch down and I'm looking.
Ninja Kyle.
And I have to do it because my head, there's nowhere that my head doesn't touch in there. So if I walk in there and they're on those little rail things, I'm walking face first right into them. And they're kind of angry right now because it doesn't matter. Wasps are back. I got to get my thick skin back. We'll be all right. Speaking of wasps, we went to a place.
We did.
We did a thing and they had wasps and ticks.
And ticks. And cows.
And longhorns and goats and alpacas and chickens.
All kinds of stuff.
Man, guys, we had a full day yesterday, but Shannon and I, we've been telling you about it. Bruno, time sucker. Time sucker. Makes it hard to get a lot of stuff done, but it's really because we want to train him so diligently, but we've just not done anything sociable. We don't go anywhere, you know, we just try to stay here so we can get him out, train him, work on him, all that stuff. That being said, Chad and Ray have had an open invite for us to come out to their place the moment they closed on it.
Yeah.
And we've not been able to go out during the day and just see everything. And we really wanted to dedicate the time to get to do it. And no, we didn't film every second of it. This was just brother and sister-in-law time. And man, we had a wonderful time.
Hi.
You got something in your teeth. Just be ready to raise your arm.
Okay.
She'll show you. She thinks everybody's a piñata, and if they hit you hard enough, cubes will fall out.
I'm not a piñata.
How's that, girlie?
What's wrong? Why are you mad?
She knows the fence works. She knows she can get the move in a minute. Are you waiting? Is that what you're doing? Oh, they all went up there, didn't you? How long do their horns grow, like time-wise?
I think till death.
Really?
And
Wow.
The red in them means they're still growing. That's blood.
All right.
The red in them?
Mm-hmm.
On the tips?
Oh.
When he got here, all of his horns were red, actually.
Really?
He's actually, there's some blood, like
They were kind of transparent.
blood kind of seeps where it comes out of his head
Really?
because they're growing.
That's interesting. I
Well,
didn't know
that's
that.
what happened to Spruce. On that
They itch too.
June walks over just like, oh, just want to make sure nobody's getting anything
Somebody
I'm
getting
not.
attention.
Gosh, they're going to hate me as soon as this pasture's done because I'm going to set up a funnel where they got to come through to get fly spray if they eat. So Tipsy's way up there, but Fiona, our new one,
Wise. Well,
and then if you come down the road, come down the drive, and you get back here, they'll all be right here waiting. You can't. I tried tricking them one time. They know.
These woods might look a little different than our woods, but then again, kind of the same, right?
I mean, it's a bunch of trees.
Bunch of trees. We're at Big Brother Chad and Ray's place. Well, Ray's not my big brother, but are you? Not last time you checked.
yeah. No.
But yeah, in typical fashion, we were just walking the land, looking at the animals, learning everything about their place firsthand, and kind of checking on some of the work Jeremiah's been doing. And Chad's like, hey, go get the side-by-side and some cubes, because we're about to open up this fence where all the cattle are. It's gorgeous out here, though, and it is way different. With all them longhorns and highlands and not just goats and dogs and guineas, you know?
Much larger animals with horns.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ray's driving. Just to give you all a forewarning.
This is our first time in here.
I think it's just a leaf that fell. I don't think it's a bug, maybe.
Only if it's a wasp, am I concerned. I do not want to be trapped in this thing, although it's very nice and the air conditioning feels very good.
Yeah.
I know.
I just asked Ray though if she'd hit anything yet though, and she said, yeah.
Yeah.
I have.
She didn't tattle.
I'm the one who put the first scratches on the door too, and Chad was like, really?
That would be me too, so I get it.
He's like, where did you go? I was like, nowhere you haven't been.
We're just out here being welders today, fence builders, or maybe just cube deliverers.
You have to get in wide version just to get all your cows.
This is Belle. So that's Fiona, the new
This one?
in the back. that
Okay.
just walked up.
Her horns, man.
Yep. So there's the new girl. That's Finn, of course.
Oh my gosh, look at them like right next to each other.
I know. Glory's on the end. Is that cool? Yeah, that's Glory.
Pretty.
Bigger bighorn. Finn, Fiona. That's too funny because
They're like intertwined there.
Tipsy. Jay. That's Millie, the new mama.
Back there?
Right in front of you.
Right here? Okay. Golly. Her horns are huge too. They're all so pretty.
Does it make you thankful for feeding time with the goats?
Honestly, yeah, it does because they're massive.
It's a little bit different, you know. One sneezes and they can impale you.
I love this one that her horns come down and on her head comes to a point. That's super cute.
I figured you were gonna say it makes a white heart on top of her head.
Now, where she came from, his grandkids fed her, so she's pretty.
Oh, really?
Gentle, yeah.
Okay.
Who's the boss?
Tipsy.
Tipsy.
June, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
One with the smaller weapons.
When all the new Longhorns got here, June was not afraid to. I mean, she pushed her head into him and was like,
She's like, I've been here longer.
How old is Tipsy? 7 or 8. Okay. So this.
So many, I can't keep them straight.
Well, and you look away and look back, and I think I'm looking at the cow I was just looking at, and I'm not.
Golly, even Frank is big.
I know. I didn't even see him coming, and then all of a sudden he just cut in front of everybody and was like, "Oh, this is mine." It was like this big shadow. Come on. When will they start eating solid? Usually takes a couple months. Watching this one eat, she turned her head a little bit. He's like, "Oh."
I see what you're talking about now with the red in their horns. I couldn't see it from a distance. That's incredible. Very, very pretty coloring. He's rolling the window up so the wasps don't get in there.
Yep.
Jet steering for him. Oh my gosh, so funny. Gonna be late to dinner.
It's worth it.
It's totally worth it.
It won't be late if you take this.
Yeah. We're hurrying. Love you.
Should I have my seatbelt on? No, it slows it down.
Now I know why these handles are down here.
Alright.
Yeah. For when you're driving.
Yep.
Don't you put me in that creek.
You ready?
You're not gonna splash me out here. That was close.
Had to wash it.
Moo. First and last ride with Chad
At the wheel?
at the wheel.
Okay. I taught Kyle how to drive.
That's valid. Teach me how to get it stuck.
Mm-hmm.
Do you even know how deep that is right there?
I know I've gone through it before. But it rained a couple days ago, so it could be deeper.
Oh yeah, I bet it. We were up in it pretty good. I got a little mud on the arm.
Ready for it?
That's the super high gear. Isn't it crazy how fast you're not actually going when you're out in the woods, but it feels like you're stinking going?
Well, it's in low because it. There we go. I missed it a second ago and it didn't allow me to go into high.
The transmission in the four-wheeler is kind of like that. I finally learned it, but it took me a minute.
Wait. Give me a minute. There's the girls.
Well, we're going a little fast here.
This is how fast we're going.
This is all we've been doing.
This is it.
This is it.
Yes, I've done this a few times.
Fortunately, the brakes work in this thing well too. That's good.
It'll do 60.
I've had my four-wheeler up to 62 out by Dad's. That's terrifying on a four-wheeler.
Remember we used to take the 2002 Honda and get it up to 40?
Oh yeah.
Those were the days.
We were a couple pounds lighter back then too.
Oh, you want to drive?
Yes, I do. This is street legal.
In Oklahoma it is.
Is it really?
Yeah. In Oklahoma there's no requirements.
You got more room on your land for people to live? You get high and good?
Yep.
Oh yeah. It's going back with me.
Boom!
Oh wait, those aren't goats.
Those are donkeys.
Did you have fun?
Yeah.
How fast did you go?
20.
If we got up to 20 miles an hour, I'd be surprised.
For some reason, I don't believe you.
We had our seatbelts on.
Was it 19? The seatbelts were latched.
They were latched.
You safely
They were latched.
in the correct positions.
You have to latch it behind you or it limps. You don't want to do that.
Well, you can't do that.
Then you can't go over
20,
10.
10, 5. Well, which part?
Depends if you're turning or not.
Believe it or not.
You guys should have straightened your story out
the
first.
same way we lied to mom and dad when we were kids about something we didn't do. They thought we did. And we're like, no, we didn't spray paint that purple. Like, we didn't say purple. Like, oh, yeah, we did that. That's purple.
Well, it didn't matter what color it is. Matt actually wrote his name.
He was the easiest one to blame. Or we wrote his name and then blamed it on him. He didn't know.
That's pretty funny.
Hopefully he didn't watch this. Yeah, I like those side-by-sides. That air conditioning
Yeah, that was nice.
this summer, that's going to be huge.
It's nice. Well, the heat was too. We bought it. We had a couple of days.
The heat was nice too, yeah.
Oh, I bet.
I mean, because it's been cold
Yeah.
since we've had it.
I was trying to stay clean for our dinner plans, and we headed down. You remember where the creek was when we were walking over there?
Mm-hmm.
He had to go through the creek.
Yeah, we were going right for it, and I was like, I think we're going to take it in. It's what, 19 and a half miles an hour.
Not 20.
I did forget we got like an inch of rain in a couple hours.
It almost. Matt would remember I did it to him in the contour when I was learning to drive, but it almost all came in my window. He wasn't
Of
worried.
course you did.
Yeah.
Did you just compare a Ford Contour, a 96 Contour,
Yes, I
to
did.
that Can-Am?
Asked Matt about the water in the window turn one time. I figured out how to do it. He said, hey, roll your window down, man. It's hot in here. And I took that turn and just whoosh. Dad was happy too because it was his car.
I'm sure he was.
30, Ray. This is how you used to roll windows down?
I'm aware. there.
Yeah, that's why that's true. I had Matt do it.
That's hilarious.
It's like windows down. And if you do this to kids under 30,
They don't know
I
what
had
you're
a car
talking
like
about.
That once, actually.
you know what?
I had a car like that once.
Where you had to roll the windows
I
down?
learned how to drive at a stick shift, and it's funny because he thinks I don't know.
Not a girl.
I know.
I think everybody should know how to drive a stick shift. That's
Right?
awesome.
I
Yeah.
don't think that.
So, can you outdrive Chad on a stick shift?
Probably.
Not a chance. There's no way. That'll be all, folks.
Okay, well.
Who was it saying they couldn't get out of the driveway this morning?
And now it's time for us to leave.
We got our personal tour today after he's got a lot of the fencing done, all the stuff you guys have seen.
Well,
And,
technically, I didn't do any fencing.
No, he did
I
not.
just ordered it on Tractor Supply. I went and picked it up. I didn't even load it.
It's
That's a pretty good kid.
incredible. It is so nice, and it gives Shannon and I hope that someday we'll have a little bit of, organization and fencing and
Yeah.
pastures. And,
Yeah. Hope.
Yeah. Hope. No.
One day.
It's awesome out here. Love it.
Yep. Thanks for having us out, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just as wonderful as the interaction and everything was to get to see what he's doing, what she's doing, what they are doing based on what they've learned through the whole process. Everything Shannon and I are going through out here, he's been there, he's done that in a little different flavor. But man, the pins, the fences,
It's beautiful.
Jeremiah and his crew, goodness gracious, those guys are magical.
It was really cool to see all of Chad's fencing, and it looks really, really good. They've done a great job on that.
Yeah, I got fence envy.
It's nice to see the different pins that they've made.
And they've so intelligently, based on everything Chad's done over the past, 4.5 years, 4 years, all the years, he's learned and compounded. And so now when he came to this place, he really was able to take all that knowledge and know, like, okay, if I build this pin like this, let access here, there. And so it's just really neat to see all that kind of come to fruition. Dad, burn it. Man, look, this guy's hunting me.
There must be two, because I just hit one.
Yep. Make fun all you want. I don't want to get stung by wasps. I don't know anyone that does. I don't care how tough you
And
are.
if you are one of those people, I don't think we can be friends.
I'm 100% certain we can't.
Why would you want to get stung by a wasp? Why would you stand there and let a wasp sting you? That's true.
It's so disgusting. I have a problem and I don't care. I can't fix it.
Phobias are phobias.
Okay, so the fence, there were a lot of wasps out at Chad and Ray's too, and we hit a honey hole of ticks.
Oh my gosh.
It's just, it's the forestry type, there's a lot of work to be done to improve that, and we're trying. But
Takes time.
they're just buzzing by, man, just one after the other. So back when we first started working on the goat pen, we had no idea exactly what to do. And there's no goat pen book or website or video out there that's going to be perfectly applicable to your land or your situation.
Yeah.
But in getting to study what Jeremiah is out there doing, that guy, he's an artist with all of his tools and what he can do. And they're hard workers. It's not easy work.
Yeah.
But you guys, if you've been with us and you watch all the videos, I have been talking about wanting to weld. And specifically it started when we were paying $42 for those little metal hay feeders, the hangers that we've got up there. And I was like, man, I gotta be able to do that in some way, shape, or form for a little bit cheaper. So we got a comment from a gentleman who, it was just straight to the point. I had no idea what he was talking about. He says, get a Lincoln MIG welder and you'll figure it out in no time, Kyle. I think that was all he said. Maybe that he had faith in me, or maybe I appended that in my head. And I gotta admit, I was like, you know what? I've learned to do a lot of stuff out here and had a lot of great mentors along the way that have good experience in it. And so I started researching, and now I'm a master welder. Okay, master might be the wrong word. Now I'm a wannabe welder. That's better. I have a welder. I have most of the tools and everything, and I have actually run my first beads. And let me tell you, they're perfect, which a bead is just the line that you make in an old piece of steel or something. That being said, I'm not going to show you my skills yet, But when I got there to talk to Jeremiah, and I believe it's his cousin, Isaiah, I said a couple of things talking about flux core and shielding gas, and those are real terms for welding. And man, Isaiah just kind of looked up from what he was doing and was like, oh, you speak welding? And I'm like, I speak it, but I'm bad at it, or I'm new to it. And so it's just really cool. Those guys have that experience. And big picture, what does that mean? It means more things that we can do on the homestead because our abilities are expanding. That's what I tell myself and how I motivate myself. When we were building that goat pen, we had some friends that found some used gates. These are 12-footers, but these we haven't really had the idea yet for exactly how we want to use them. But we have learned, and in seeing Chad and Ray's pens, they learned if you're going to build a pen, make sure you can get your tractor in there. And that's exactly what that gate would allow us to do. So I'm going to see if I can get a goat panel, span across that, and make that a wire-filled gate, just like the little 4-footers that we have up there. And that way we could use those on the goat pen, but the goats would not be able to get through because they'd come right through those things if we didn't do that.
You all reminded us in the comments when we were talking about our pen expansion and how we were going to change it. You reminded us, don't forget to put a bigger gate in.
Yeah,
because
now's the time.
We've been cutting the zip ties on the panel, so it would just make it a whole lot more practical to have a bigger gate over there.
And hopefully it could keep you from having to pitchfork so much dirty straw and stuff over.
That would be real nice.
So ultimately, we had a wonderful time with Chad and Ray, and of course the Longhorns and the Goaties, everybody out there. It was wonderful, and I got to get me one of them side-by-sides. That Defender, that Can-Am he's got, that's basically the side-by-side version of our four-wheeler with air conditioning and heat. And it's fast. But I wouldn't know because Chad and I didn't go fast.
I'm sure you didn't.
No, yes, right. No, guys, it was a blast. Thank you, Chad and Ray, for letting us come out, take up your time. Jeremiah, for bugging you while you guys were working. Sorry about it. But it was a really good, it was a good motivational visit, you know? Kind of, you see some of your dreams and goals like actually coming to fruition for my brother. And yeah, very motivated. It was very exhausting. It was a long day, but it was worth every second of it. Yeah. So, coming soon, I'm going to show you my welding skills. And no, I'm not here to teach you to weld. I'm not here to share all the details with you like you know I could, and I won't bore you with that. But I just want to share with you how cool it'll be now to have that extra skill to help the homestead.
Yeah.
And you.
I have all the projects in mind for you.
Yeah, so I got a long ways to go, guys. I'm doing one of the processes. If you know you're welding, you know what I mean, but I'm in the early phases and I can't get to the end if I don't start. So I've started and we're gonna do it.
No, you're gonna do it.
Yeah, but you're gonna benefit, so we're gonna do it.
Sure.
We had an escort down the driveway.
You're so handsome.
Oh, you gotta make sure you get down there safe and no rabbits or squirrels attack you, Mom.
Thank you.
Got your backs. So, I think now what's taken priority of first thing I want to learn to weld is gonna be getting that goat panel attached to that gate so that we can make sure we can use it for the goat pen, which changes our design of that little expansion we talked about a few videos ago, but we weren't really solidified on a plan for that quite yet anyhow. And now we got a trajectory.
Thanks, babe.
Yeah, but if I'm checking my puppy battery meter, Mr. Bruno is gonna need to come out again. It is always fun when we get him out. He's so much fun, except for when he's exhausted.
He's learning so much right now. This morning I was able to get him out and he's not pottying in his crate as much as he had been.
That's been
which is really huge. It's been tough for us.
That's probably been the biggest challenge with him.
And he's working on his play command. So like fetch and bring it back and drop it and things like that. So I got some really cute footage of him just playing this morning.
This guy is going to be speaking English before we know it.
Bruno, drop it. Good, drop it. Good boy. Fetch. Good boy. Fetch. Good fetch, Bruno. Good boy. Drop it. Good, drop it. Good boy, Bruno. Good, drop it. Ready? Fetch. Good fetch, Bruno. Ready? Fetch. That's good boy. Thank you. Drop it. Good, drop it. Good boy. What are you doing, Bruno? Come here, Bruno. That's a good come here, good boy. Okay, it happened. We talked about it. You all told us what we needed to do.
What?
Guess we're gonna have to move some things around.
I was hungry.
Spruce, what are you doing?
Eating. I said, where my food at? And then I answered myself, over the fence.
Why'd you let him get out of there, Herc?
I pushed him, Mom. You know, we actually said this last night. Like, if he did actually jump out, where's the boy gonna be?
He's just gonna go on the other side and start eating.
But the tricky thing is, the wind picked up really bad, like just super hardcore. And then we heard the sheet metal, and then I see a brown blob flying through the air. I thought it was Harry at first.
Spruce,
Yeah.
did you start all this so that we would let everybody else out?
Yes.
Because I feel like that was your plan.
They're welcome.
You're like, I'll get out first, then Mom and Dad have to let you guys out.
Mom, nom nom, nom nom nom, nom nom. Here's my bottom. Nom.
You're ridiculous.
Nom
dude.
nom nom nom. Oh,
Did
you
you just
better
wanna
get
hang out
me
with the
back in the
birds?
pen, Mom.
Yeah,
Oh.
I can tell you want back in the pen.
Better hurry.
We knew this was all you would do. Get out and eat.
I didn't want to let you down, Mom.
They're all like, hey, Spruce is out. We want to come out.
I told them they were getting out later this afternoon. They didn't listen. Spruce, go back in the pen, buddy. Nom nom nom, nom nom. Well, guys, awesome time over at Chad and Ray's. It was so good to see them. The guineas wanted to say hello.
They say it's windy.
Yeah. Hey, eat those wasps flying around that well house over there, crazy guineas. Thanks. But yeah, I'm looking forward to going back and seeing what Jeremiah gets done for all the cattle, everybody. It's a big work in progress, but man,
Yeah.
it's really coming along.
It's really cool.
All right, we're gonna take care of the furry ones. Guys, we love and appreciate each and every one of you. We thank you so much for coming on this journey with us. And as always, we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
'Cause I'm free. Free grazing. Sorry, goats. Guess you can't figure out how to jump over. Sillies. We're not coming out, everybody. Nope.
I think you won that one.
Stubborn little big guy.